You want 'em right here?
Yes.
This one.
Yeah.
Sign there.
Right.
Oh, picture.
Okay.
I think
That's it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Quick signature.
Well, that's easy enough.
Anything else?
Bucs fans, the crew, excited to be here. Excited to put an explosive and efficient offense on the field every single Sunday for you guys. Can't wait to get rolling.
Perfect.
Okay. I've always loved the game of football. I think, I started playing the game when I was 8 years old, tackle football, and I think the thing that always sticks out with football is just the camaraderie with your teammates, with your coaches. Everybody's working towards one goal and accomplishing that goal. And when that goal is met at the end of the season, there's no greater feeling in the world. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you guys for coming out. First off, just want to thank my wife, Mia, first and foremost. We got Maddie, as you can see, up in the front row. She's ready to rock with her Bucs outfit. And then my son, Cooper, it's actually his birthday. Let's go ahead and give it up for Big Coop. He just turned 2 today, so all the support that they give is obviously what it's all about.
Zac, you came in to interview, you went to the airport, and then you're called back. Just take us through that whole process, just what your mindset was.
I was just kind of hanging out by the gate, and Coach Bowles called me, and I was ecstatic. One of the best phone calls I've ever gotten. I was happy to get right back up here.
What's the challenge for you to maybe bring some stability to this position and to this offense?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is a group of guys that has a lot of continuity. They've played a lot of good football together, and so there'll be some carryover, obviously, from Liam and I worked together in LA. The foundation and the beliefs that we have, coming from Sean and that system is definitely what we're going to be all about.
I don't understand why a guy who finished with 4 straight wins and the offense looked like it did and then not return the next season.
Of course, there's things that you just look back and you look at really your game short. And so you look at the games, the game plans. Maybe you did try to do too much from a game plan standpoint that didn't allow the guys to play their best. There's a couple play calls, obviously, that you can lean on. So to be able to use those experiences, use them for the better, very similar to how Baker uses, his chip on his shoulder. I think we'll all have that once we come back and get ready to roll.
Coach, how much different will this job be for you where you're not developing a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback and an 8-year veteran? What are the differences that you expect?
I know Baker so well, and I know the experience that he's had. Obviously, Kirk had great experience too, and we had a young guy. But, I mean, you're treating the quarterback position very similarly. You want to have the clarity for those guys. You want to make sure that they have the answers. But you are coaching those guys hard. You're coaching them the same way that you would, whether it's a veteran or a rookie.
We talked about with Mayfield how much meaningful interaction you can have in a short amount of time, like you had with the Rams. You only had a summer, a preseason with the Patriots. But I want to ask you two things. What you learned from Tom Brady in that time, and also just what interaction you had with Jason Light.
Jason and I were talking about it last week. I don't think we ever actually had any interaction. I was dying to see what his report was on me. I'm waiting to see if he's going to actually pull that out. Yeah, maybe he has me as an undrafted. I don't know. We might have to battle that. But with Brady, I was such a young guy coming in, and Tom has seen 1,000 quarterbacks roll through that third string role, and so he was great to me. I sat back, I took a bunch of notes, I didn't say much. You get into that role, and obviously you feel in the quarterback room it's Tom, and it's the quarterback coach, and the coordinator is Billy O'Brien at the time. And so you let those guys go, you soak up anything, and you're just a sponge in those moments, knowing you got a long way to go.
I feel like there's in the league, there's almost 2 different kinds of offensive coordinator jobs in terms of being an OC under an offensive head coach versus kind of having the autonomy of being in charge of the offense under a defensive head coach. How much you were up for different jobs, OC jobs, but how much does that mean to you to see the trust and the autonomy that Todd gives to his offensive coordinator?
It's huge, talking with him over the last couple of days, and obviously talking with Liam and understanding how that dynamic was, like he does put total trust in you to go out there and be the head coach of the offense. And so that trust factor is big, and it just kind of, it sets a tone in the building that like, hey man, I trust you that you're doing your job. I want to make you right by making sure every single day we're on the detail, we're on the screws of everything that we're doing.
Okay, and rolling. And in 3, 2.
Welcome into Bucs Insider, presented by Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Obviously, we have a very special edition today, joined by our new offensive coordinator, Zac Robinson. Zac, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Fired up. Obviously, day 2 on the job, but I feel like I know everybody already so well, so excited to get to work.
You heard a lot in that press conference you were just in. Everybody wants all the answers right now. What you're going to do in third down, red zone, every situation. Sure. You're going through the press conferences now, you're talking to us here, but at some point, I know you said it's only day 2 for you. At some point, you're going to sit down in your office upstairs and have no distraction around. What's the first thing on your agenda when you get to that point?
Yeah, I think it's first off, you just got to get to know your players at even a higher level. And so I'll be hunkering down. I've already watched a ton of tape just on individual players. There's going to be a lot of familiarity with what Liam and even Dave, you know, when he was here. And so you kind of start building the scheme after that. Hey, how exactly are we going to verbalize this? Hey, should we tweak this? And so I'm looking forward to getting with these coaches. It's going to be a great collaboration. You're always striving for a championship, whether that's within the division, whether that's a world championship. The journey along the way that it takes, those are the special moments that you draw back on. We're striving for those moments. We're striving for meaningful games in January and in February. We want to be playing, obviously, at this time a year from now. And the camaraderie that you have with the guys, players, coaches, when that stuff is connected and that comes together, it's a pretty cool feeling.